Hello, my fan friend. I have been watching the Dolphins games and I have seen that Tyreek Hill is or will become the greatest player in the history of the Miami Dolphins in the NFL. It is true to watch him play. Pay attention to his numbers. Tyreek Hill is on a blazing path to making history this season, and you, Dolphins fans, are in for a thrilling ride. The Cheetah is tearing up the field, leading the NFL in receiving yards and setting his sights on an NFL record. With A.J. Brown in second place, there's a significant gap between Hill and the rest of the pack. Now, let's talk numbers. Tyreek Hill has already accumulated an impressive 1,014 receiving yards through the first 8 games of the season, with 61 catches and 8 touchdown receptions. That's some next-level performance. Brown is the closest contender with 939 yards, and Rams rookie Puka Nacua is trailing in third place with 795 yards. You can see the sizable advantage Tyreek Hill has established. However, let's remember, things can change during the season. Last year, Hill had a hot start too, leading the NFL with 961 receiving yards after 8 games. But with some unfortunate quarterback injuries, he couldn't maintain that edge. This year, though, he's outdone himself with his best start to date. Come be part of my family of Miami Dolphins crazy people. Subscribe to the channel here and you will always be well informed about the biggest and best team in America. Compared to legendary wide receiver Calvin Johnson's first 8 weeks, Hill is way ahead, with 638 receiving yards for Johnson and 1,014 for Hill. But Johnson had a spectacular second half of the season, accumulating 1,326 yards, averaging 132.6 yards per game. That's the kind of performance that Tyreek Hill is aiming to match. To gauge Hill's pace, let's keep it simple. If he maintains his current average yards per game and plays all 17 games, he's on pace to break Johnson's record, finishing with a jaw-dropping 2,156 receiving yards, shattering the record by 192 yards. But, of course, that's assuming he stays at this incredible pace throughout the season. Now, we've got a model that takes into account Hill's historical paces and calculates his potential yardage totals. It predicts that most likely, Hill will finish with a total yardage in the 1,800s. The total mode was 1.863, the median was 1.823, and the average was 1.826. But don't be discouraged. Tyreek Hill still has a 21.3% chance of breaking Johnson's record, and the highest result calculated in the simulations was a jaw-dropping 2,508 receiving yards, which would be a runaway season for Hill. It's tough to maintain this level of production, but Hill might just be the one to do it. He's currently just 950 yards short of tying Johnson's record, meaning he needs to average 105.6 yards per game for the rest of the season. While that's no easy feat, Hill has shown he's up for the challenge. His previous best was averaging 100.6 yards per game last year, so he's been close before. So, Dolphins fans, get ready to witness Tyreek Hill's quest to make history this season. Whether he shatters records or not, one thing is for sure, he's electrifying the field and making every game a must-watch event. Stay tuned and root for Tyreek Hill as he aims to etch his name in NFL history. You never know when you'll be witnessing greatness in the making.